Okay, I'm Crystal Thomas, and this is my audience. Hi, I am Crystal Thomas. Today I'll be informing you about a famous American pastime, the movie theater drive-in. The drive-in consists of a large screen that a movie is projected on, so you'll have the projection booth, your screen, a large area for parking, and a concession stand. Because you need a large area for parking, drive-ins are usually in a rural area. Most drive-ins have more than one screen. Some have up to 13 in Florida, but most have one, but usually two. Drive-ins offer a double feature every night, so you get 2 movies for the price of 1, and it's just a fun, relaxing place to be at. You don't have to get all dressed up like you're going out. You can bring the kids. They can be loud. They can be in the back seat. They don't even have to be watching the movie. They could fall asleep. It's just a fun, relaxing place to be at. The concession stand is a very important, vital part of a drive-in. Most of the sales from the tickets from your entry go back to the film industry, especially since you're getting 2 movies for the price of 1. They really don't make money off of that. So they make their money off their concession stand. Because of this, their concession stand is a little more advanced than your movie theater. Like your movie theater has your popcorn and your movie candy and your pop. But the concession stand will have fried foods like funnel cakes or french fries or pizza or hamburgers even. So it's really important for them that you visit their concession stand. Some theaters will let you bring in outside food, but they charge you a fee, usually around $6 per car. The drive-ins play their movies through their FM radio station now, where they used to just have speakers outside of the car. Now they play it through your FM radio, so the quality of the movie sound is as good or as poor as your stereo in your car. The admittance price of the average drive-in is about $8, where the admittance of an indoor theater is upwards of $15. So it's a pretty good deal. The history of the movie drive-in started in 1933 with a man named Richard Hollingshead. He opened the first drive-in movie theater after first trying it at his house. What he did was he stapled basically screens to trees in his backyard, and then he put a Kodak projector on the hood of a car and put speakers behind the screen to see how it would sound. And then he eventually played with it enough to know that he would have to put the front of the cars on ramps or hills, and then you have to stagger them so that they could actually see the screens. When he opened his actual theater in 1933, it held 500 cars, and it was a 40 by 50 screen. The first film ever played in a movie theater drive-in was called Wife Beware, and the cost back then was 25 cents a car plus 25 cents a person with the max of $1 per car. So it was really, really, really cheap. The speaker was a problem behind the screen because there was a delay from the cars in the back to the mouse on the screen, and also the neighbors around the theater would complain about the noise. Because of this, his theater actually only lasted for 3 years, but it caught on around the U.S. very quickly after that. The peak of the drive-ins occurred in the 1950s and 60s, and there was over 4,000 drive-in movie theaters at this time. The biggest theater was in Long Island, and it was 28 acres and held 2,500 cars and actually had a full-service restaurant. So it's very different from what we have now. It started declining in the 70s. A lot of the reasons were because of the daylight savings time took an hour, pushed the movies back an hour further, and a lot of families didn't like that. Weather with an outdoor theater is very unpredictable and can cost you a lot of money. Also, drive-in movie theaters don't have the best pick of first-run films a lot because you don't sell that many tickets since you're selling 2 tickets for the price of 1. And also, new entertainment was coming out at this time, like color TV and VCRs, and video gamings really took away from the movie theater experience because people were now staying home to enjoy their movies. Also, at this point, real estate prices were skyrocketing, so it was more beneficial for them to sell their land that they already had to other businesses, and they would make more money. And it was also harder to accomplish buying land for the new theaters to go up. As of now, there are over 1,000 dead drive-ins just sitting there with weeds growing in them. Now there's new factors affecting the decline. Everything in the film industry is going digital, and for a drive-in movie theater to go digital, the average cost is around $200,000, and most drive-in movie theaters are small local business owners, and they really can't afford to do that. So eventually, when everything goes to digital, if your local drive-in can't afford to upgrade, it's going to go out of business. An intermission is very important for the drive-ins because of the concession sales. Most drive-ins have a playground for the kids to entertain themselves either before or after the movie. Some even have mini golf. One of our local drive-ins, Skyway Drive-In in Warren, Ohio, actually has laser tag on their facility. So they do a lot of other things with their property to help with their business, since they're usually only open half a year at most. The theaters were on a rapid decline in the 60s, and the theaters in Ohio are actually the top 5 states. It's one of the top 5 states for drive-in theaters in the U.S. We have a lot of them. The 6th ever drive-in was in Akron. It's called Starlight Auto Theater, so that was our first in Ohio, but it's closed now. We now have, at this present time, 31 drive-ins with 48 screens, so a lot of them have multiple screens. Our local drive-ins include Skyway Drive-In, which is in Warren, so from YSU, that's about 20 minutes, and then Elm Road Drive-In has 3 screens, actually. It's one of the most popular drive-ins in the U.S., and that's also about 20 minutes from YSU. We also have Pymatuming,